Hi guys, hope you're well. Hope you had a lovely weekend. Listen, I am so hot. It's ridiculous. My hair is puffing out and everything. Okay, so this is going to be a pre-recorded collective reading. So take what resonates, leave out the rest. I'm giving you the heads up that I've got my windows open, I've got my aircon on, and I know the sound on my phone is crap. So hopefully you guys can hear me, but you may have to turn up the volume. What can I say? I'm charging my phone as well, so I haven't got my microphone linked. Oh, sorry guys, I'm just fanning myself. I need some air. Okay, so this is going to be a collective reading. I'm going to be touching a little bit on the past life. I've been told to do a reading on the past life later on this year. I was going to do it tonight, but then I'm being guided to leave it till later on this year and do it as like a live stream. So I'll keep you posted with that. But I'm going to cover a little bit on your past life in this reading. The reason why I'm doing that is because okay, so this reading is going to be a little bit on your past life, on the here and now, and moving forward. Although Spirit doesn't want me to focus too much on moving forward, because a lot of you are in the future too much as it is. It's like Spirit wants you to focus on your here and now. And there's certain traits that you were in the past life that you actually are in your current life. So there could be certain traits that you possessed in the past life that you currently possess in your current, and these could be potential blocks as well that you need to pay attention to, or things that you need to focus on trying to manifest in your here and now. So we're going to be looking at that, and then we're going to move into the here and now, and then we'll touch a little bit on the future. Okay, so take what resonates, leave out the rest. I hope that makes sense. Take what resonates, leave out the rest. It will make sense as we go along. I don't even know what I'm doing half of the times. Okay. Okay, so happy September, by the way. But bear in mind, this reading's timeless. So as and when you see it, it could be relatable to your situation. Okay. Feel free to share this on to others, and please remember to like my videos, because it really does help to support the algorithm on the platforms you're watching them from. Sorry, I'm a little bit tongue-tied today. This is going to be available on TikTok and YouTube. Okay, so past life, I want you to use your intuition, and I want you to pick either one or two. Okay, so one or two, and then we'll dive into that reading. Okay, so part one, this is going to be your past life. So like I say, take what resonates. You may be able to resonate with some, you may not, but it might be something for you to know. You may hear things that you think, oh yeah, actually I do that, or I do feel that, or yeah, I can relate to that because I've been having dreams about that. Okay, so that's how you can kind of draw on the past life, because obviously you're probably not going to know everything, but there might be certain things that you can kind of resonate with. Okay, right, so in the past life you could have been the opposite gender. So if you are a male, you could have been a female in a previous life. If you are a female, you could have been a male in a previous life. There was forgiveness that had to be served in that previous life that was never achieved. And what I'm getting is that there was unrequited love. You were married, some of you were married, or you was with a partner. I'm getting married, but it was unrequited. You weren't, it felt like the chemistry between you both just wasn't matching. Even in this picture with the male and the female back to back, that's how you were. if you walked on, like if you were together and you walked in society, you would have been seen as like a ideal match to people watching on. But behind closed doors, it was completely the opposite. It almost felt like the relationship he was in was a facade. It wasn't real. It was just almost like a business contract in a way, you know. It was more of a business contract than love. And this is something that you yearned for and never really managed to get, because we do have the unrequited love here. So yeah, I kind of feel that that was something that you always desired, but you never really had it. Because another thing was, you both were very religious. You were from a religious group, okay, and you took your vows very seriously. And I'm kind of smiling because I feel one of you may have committed adultery in your connection. It could have been you or your person, but you may have committed adultery. In this current life, some of you have or may have or are with a karmic partner that you shared this previous life with, and it's also unrequited. Okay, so it could be that, you know, you came together and the connection was very strong, magnetic, unmatched, you know, but it's not really moving anywhere. No matter how much you try, you're not really moving anywhere. You could have been with this person already and you may have moved away from them because you've learned your lessons and you're moving on from that, which is congratulations if you have, because that's what you were meant to do in this current life. And some of you could be going through that currently. Okay, some of you could have discovered this previous past life and you're with this person, and you may have felt like you know them from somewhere. This is where you knew them from. They were unrequited. Okay, so they've come into your life because forgiveness needs to be had. Somebody did commit adultery. It could have been you or it could have been them. You will know, because if you're the person that feels like you're neglected in the connection, then you are the one that may have been neglected in the previous life. So there's forgiveness that you need to give to this person. Okay, you need to forgive this person to release this soul tie. Does that make sense? You were very religious though, because I have got the biblical. You could have been around during the biblical times, okay? Or you just could be a couple that were very, you know, religious. One of you was quite I feel like one of you could have been quite curious about spirituality, but you was too afraid to express that to the wrong eyes because you would have been persecuted. There was a lot of fear around that. I feel like pile one, you could have come from I've got Rome here, so you could have come from Rome, Eastern European. You could have been in a previous life. I'm getting it's you, not your person. And you learnt, and from that side of the world, you learnt a lot of spiritual practices that you had to hide. I feel like your person may have been Irish. I'm getting Irish or in English or Scottish. I'm getting that those places are quite vivid in my mind for some reason. You travelled with this person, and some of you could have, you see that we've got the karmic relationship. So yeah, you had a karmic relationship with this person. It was definitely a karmic. But you, I don't know whether it's you or your person, but one of you could have suffered from really bad motion sickness. So you had to travel differently. I feel one of you didn't like to travel on a ship, so you would take alternative transport, which was a train. But I think even that made you a bit motion sickness as well. It's either you or your partner, but I'm getting that there was a bit of a hassle when it came to traveling. Okay, and it was simply because of motion sickness. You were married, but there was it was unrequited. It was more like a business than a love connection. It was more like, okay, we're together, it makes sense for us to get married. And I do feel like there were reasons. I'm getting around money, finances, arrangements. It was like an arranged marriage. It kind of benefited you both in a way. Something your father may have set up, or or his father or her father. It was arranged. I'm getting arranged marriage. I'm getting the father handed you over to this person. So it was an arranged marriage, but it was unrequited. But it actually gave you security. Yeah, it gave you security. Okay, so that is part 1. Wow, that's random. Okay, part 2. Let's have a look at part 2. All right, I'm getting Egypt with part 2. So you could have been from Egypt in a previous life. You could, yeah, Asia, that side of the world. You could have been from a tribe. I'm getting. You could have known a lot about healing, how and used to work with the earth to create medicine for men and women. I'm getting very spiritual, but you would often hide that because you would have been casted as somebody that's into witchcraft, warlock. You were in love because your love life is here, but I'm getting that there was something happened here. Yeah, you guys were from a tribe. I've got Native American as well. You were from a tribe. You were very gifted with earth. I'm getting earth. You created loads of remedies to heal people, but you was classed as somebody that dabbled in witchcraft. Yeah, that was your craft though. You would make medicines, you would help people, and that is where you would make your income. You were somebody that liked to be outdoors. So I don't know in this current life if you're someone that likes to be outdoors, if you're very connected to trees. I'm getting this is who you were in the previous life. You were connected to trees, and I'm getting you would use trees, leaves to make medicines. I'm getting oak trees. I'm getting you would make milk as well. I don't know. I'm seeing milk for some reason. Milk. You could have also have been connected with the angels. Could have been a medium. Some of you could have spoke to spirit. You connected very strongly with animals as well. You had a very strong connection with animals. And you may have been involved or been around at the time where there was war, where there was a lot of unrest. Some of you could have been an orphan as well. Got the baby and the orphan here. So I just thought I saw something in my eye. Some of you could have been an orphan. Okay. Yeah, you felt unloved though. You felt, don't know if you didn't, because I'm not getting your parents, so I feel like you may have felt lonely, like because you never knew who your parents were, and as a result of that you felt like you were unloved, because we've got unrequited love, but I'm getting it's more to do with how you were brought up. Your upbringing made you feel like you was somebody that just only deserved unrequited love. You felt unloved by people. Yeah, you felt unloved. You were definitely from like the east side of the world, because I've got Egypt, could be Africa as well, Egypt, Asia, that neck of the woods. Yeah, it's funny. Some of you as well, yeah, they're definitely, some of you in a previous life, you may have lost a parent, yeah, from very young. You may have lost somebody from very young. And as a result of that, you went through your life feeling abandoned. But you had a very strong faith with God. And you were very spiritual. You had a lot of knowledge as well, because I've got the wisdom card here. A lot of knowledge. But you was more open with your craft than Pile 1. You were somebody that were very open with your gifts. You made medicines. I'm getting medicines for people. Yeah. You could have made, I'm getting dream catchers as well when I'm looking at this card with the medicine man or woman. I'm getting that you could have been someone that made like dream catchers. I think that's what they're called, because you could have been someone that had a lot of nightmares because of abandonment, because of fear of abandonment, and you used to make things to help others that may have gone through what you went through or worse. And this is what made you so connected to your higher self, to what your spiritual beliefs were. But you were classed as somebody that dabbled in witchcraft. I'm getting devil worshipping as well. Oh dear. Yeah. Yep. You also, let's see. Yeah. You were definitely condemned from authority. You could have been someone that kind of isolated yourself a bit, or you were isolated. Yeah, it's funny, I've got the monk or the nun, but I don't see you as any of those religions. I see you as somebody that just was used to just move as a hermit. Used to be on your own a lot, but that is the life you had. You were, you know, you were dealt those cards, so you kind of just accepted it. But sometimes the abandonment wounds would resurface when you go through challenges. So that was something that you've had to overcome in this current life. So even if, you know, your life path is very different in this current life, you may have had experiences of abandonment, feeling a bit neglected when it comes to relationships. Some of you may be drawn to water, and it's because some of you could have had a past life in you could have been a Lemurian. I'm getting Lemurian, Atlantis, Lemuria. If you don't know about that, you need to research on it. Used to be a city where people existed, and apparently they question whether it's a myth, whether it actually did exist, but I believe it did. And Lemurian people were very gifted, very gifted. Some of them were very clairvoyant, very clairsentient, very powerful people, very rich as well, had a lot of riches in their community. Read about it, it's interesting. But they do argue whether it existed, but I do believe it did. A lot of these things did exist. Yeah. And that's what I'm getting. That is what I'm getting. Some of you could have yearned. Yeah. I'm getting this is going to be divided a bit. Some of you in this current life, you could have yearned to be a parent. So this is something you're still yearning, okay? And if you are a parent, you might find that you are very overprotective over your children because you fear them experiencing abandonment, even though you may not have gone through that. And if you have, that's why, because you had it in a previous life as well. Madam, I don't know what she's dreaming about. I'm telling you. Okay. Yeah. So this is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting in your previous life. Some of you could have yearned to be a parent, or this is something you're going to have in this current life if you're still yearning for this, okay? Some of you could have two children or twins, I'm getting. Yeah, some of you could have been a single parent. Could have ended up being a single parent, because I'm not getting in this life. So I don't think all of you were married or in a relationship. I kind of feel a lot of you, if for pile 2 in the previous life, did move as a hermit. You kind of moved on your own because you had trust issues as well, and it's because you were abandoned, you know. So there was a lot of trust issues in your previous life that you may bring into this current life that you need to overcome, okay? As I said, it's very random. Just take what resonates, leave out the rest. All right. Right, we're going to be looking at the current now, so this will be for everybody. Okay, sorry guys, my hair is puffing out like crazy. It's because of the humidity. Okay, we might have to split this up a bit, but may not need to. So this is the here and now. This is what the angels are telling you to kind of pay attention to. Or telling you this is what's coming. Some of you I don't know, I'm getting patience, right? And I'm getting, because, and this could be for pile 1 and 2, because certain things didn't go the way you desired, okay? Some of you could have been waiting in that. For pile 1, you was in an unrequited marriage, and I get for some of you, you could have tried your best to, you know, try and make it work, because a lot of you didn't want to be in that type of connection. You were more about romance, so almost I could say that you were affectionately starved as a result of that. And because of, you know, fear of disappointment, fear of you know, the worst being the outcome, you kind of settled with something that wasn't your true happiness, your true fulfillment. Spirit doesn't want you to bring that in this life. Spirit wants you to seize the moment. They want you to not be so hard on yourself as well. Take every step, every disappointment that you're experiencing. It doesn't need to be the be all and end all. It's just an experience. It's just part of your learning. And you can always change it around. You can always make things better. It's not like how it was in the previous life. The previous life, you were limited with your choices. In this life, you're not. So Spirit wants you to move with that knowing, that awareness. Because I think some of you may move like that unknown to you. It might be like a subconscious thing you do. But that's how you move. And then when it doesn't go to your expectation, it's almost like, oh, it's done now. There's no going back. And Spirit's saying that is so untrue, because you can always change things and turn things around, because you have more things accessible to you to do it. Okay? So take this path, this current path, as a learning experience, and be more patient with yourself. I feel like, again, if we go back to that past life, I know some of you, there was religion, and some of you were fearful of exploring the unknown. Okay? And Spirit wants you to find your connection with God. Find what clicks with you, what works with you. Okay? And that is going to open up the sacred plan. That is going to open up your path and your connection and your relationship with God. Because some of you felt like you were conformed to be a part of a belief that you may not have resonated with. But again, because of your limited choices, you felt compelled to follow orders. Whereas in this life, you don't need to do that. Okay? And it feels like when you understand that knowing, it feels like you're going to move better, easily through your life. So we've got the ease and grace here, and it's almost like things will flow better for you when you have more control over what you're doing. Some of you need to pray more as well, like connect more with your higher self. I'm getting, believe in the unknown. I don't know, I feel some of you that I'm reaching out to for part one, you're quite logical as well. It's like, I need the evidence before I can actually see it becoming a reality. When Spirit's like, it is a reality, but you need to keep the faith, keep it going, believe in the unknown. The sacred plan is the unknown. This is the divine. This is the divine's written map for you, for your path. And we don't see it. We just need to have faith that there is this for us when things hit when shit hits the fan. You need to believe that there is a higher being that will always get you through the most difficult times. And that's something that I think in a previous life you may have found difficult, because you were still trying to understand yourself, what connected you to God. Because the religious group you were a part of, you didn't feel connected. So I think some of you may have felt like, do I have a relationship with God? You do. Yes, you do. You do. But it's all a learning. It's all a learning path. You need to explore what that means for you. Okay? So that's what I was getting for part one. For part two, it's an interesting one, because part two, this is your time to receive your blessings. Because in a previous life, if I remember yours, because I had so much information, but I kind of feel, oh yes, that's what it was. You guys were like orphans. You felt abandoned a lot. So there's a lot of self-love that needs to be put into focus in this current life. And it feels like you need to be telling yourself that you're deserving of happiness, you're deserving of blessings, you're deserving of abundance. Because these were struggles for you in the previous life. You lost your parent when you were very young. So a lot of your life you were navigating on your own. You were relying on yourself. And part of the blessings and abundance for you is that you won't need to rely on yourself because you've got others around you supporting you. And some of you, again, you desire to have a family. You desire to be married. You desire to have that fulfillment. And this is something that is coming to you. But you've got to believe in your own miracles. It's like miraculous expectations is something that is possible. So I don't know, sometimes you guys think it's too good to be true. And as a result of that, you kind of shut down your blessings, because we've got the no here. And that is you talking yourself out of your blessings. And I think this is something you used to do in a previous life as well, which is why you chose to just become a hermit, because you didn't want to confide in anybody, to be betrayed by them, or, you know, for them to take advantage of you. So you would just resolve to you being alone, as the composure card here, the hermit. You would do a lot of reflecting, but some of these reflectings that you used to do never really was something you could learn from, because you never really explored the unknown. And again, you probably had limitations to that as well, because you were casted as somebody that was like a witch, somebody that dabbled in spell work and things like that. So maybe people were afraid of you, and as a result you just decided to stay as a hermit. See, there were things where you felt you were obligated to just be alone. But in this life, it's like they're saying, no, whatever you desired is something that is at your exposure, at your disposal, should I say. Okay. Right. Sorry guys, my hair is sweating. Alright, so what is the message for you moving forward? What are the things you need to focus on? Now I want to get this other deck, because that's more about, there we go, Divine Masters. So let's have a look at this. I may do another recording, and this is more going to be on love, but I'm going to see how I feel, because I feel like I'm heating up all over. Alright, so what's the Divine Masters message for moving ahead with pile 1, and then we'll do pile 2 as well. Pile 1, yeah, fear, overcoming fear, yeah. Facing the fear leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power. Yeah, some of you, for again, pile 1, there was a lot of fear. There was a lot of fear and restriction in your previous life, and now, I don't know how to pronounce this god, Vajrayogini. I don't know, but she's all about overcoming your fear, your phobias, overcoming it. And this is what you're supposed to be doing in this life, moving forward, overcoming your own fears, your self-imprisonment fears, because a lot of them are self-imprisonment, and you're going to be overcoming them, or they're nudging you to overcome them. And it feels like the more you overcome these fears, the more your third eye opens up as well. So it's all about spiritual ascension, and this is a part of your learning experience. This is you ascending, becoming more empowered in yourself. Okay, and for pile 2, you're letting go again. Pile 2, you are letting go of karmic releases. So karmic bonds and ties that were linked to your past life is being released. You are the generation that's going to be breaking karmic curses, okay? And that's what you're doing. This is Lady Portia. This is overcoming limitations. Overcoming your limitations and abundance. You've got abundance. Lakshmi and Ganesh. Some of you could be seeing the elephant or Ganesh. Well, Ganesh is the elephant, isn't it? I think Ganesh is the elephant, isn't it? I don't know. Sorry. Okay. You've got abundance. You've got happiness. So again, in the previous life, pile 2, you missed out on this because of fear of abandonment. So really, this could be relatable to you as well, overcoming your fear. But you're breaking karmic releases, karmic ties, family ties. You're breaking them. And what's the overall here? The overall is saying that whatever current experiences you're going through is helping to initiate your gifts as well. It's bringing you closer to your divine purpose. And also it's enabling you to have the courage to stand in your power. So we've got the Joan of Arc. Do not be afraid. Stand up for your beliefs. Yeah. And it's like what I was picking up on with one of the piles, that there was fear of you. And I think it's pile 2, isn't it? There was a bit of fear of exploring. Pile 1. There was a bit of fear of exploring the unknown when it came to faith. And Joan of Arc was somebody that was very, very resilient in her faith. Okay? Stand in your ground. And what else? And then we've got finally divine intervention. You see that? Some of you need to believe in the divine's turn of events. Like when you see things happening in your life that you have no control over, sometimes it doesn't hurt to believe in the higher being. Believe in something that's beyond your understanding. And it's like here, if you start to connect more with your higher self, you'll be able to see things from a bird's eye view. We've got the weigh up your options, choose the highest good. Yeah. And I feel for some of you, certain things that could be happening, if you've been experiencing a lot of tower moments in your life recently, they're all happening for divine reasons. It's all happening in divine order. Some of you, all of these experiences is what's helping you to reveal your hidden talents. So you're going to be exploring who you are moving forward. Yeah, because we've got the gifted one here. Some of you could be seeing a lot of yellow as well. Don't know if yellow resonates, but for any pile, you could be seeing a lot of yellow. Okay, so guys, that's going to be your collective reading. I hope it's helped, or it was just fun to watch. And I will be doing a love one. I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight though, because just like my hair, it needs a rest. I need a rest. But yeah, so guys, I've got my live tomorrow. It's going to be a bit later, so I'll put the time up on the post, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.